everyone, my name is Lauren. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of an interesting reading vlog. Okay, so I'm going to be doing Do I Like Sampling kind of vibe Omegaverse. I got this idea from Princess of Paperback. I love her videos, and since then, since she did her taste test, I've been so intrigued. I'm like, what is Omegaverse? I'm confused. Like, I enjoy Why Choose. This is like a whole nother level, and I'm just like not sure. Like, obviously there's omegas and betas and alphas, and the omegas are like the breeding person. Typically they're female within this world, but they can be male, I believe. Alphas, again, typically a male, and then males and females can be betas, and they're like neither, they don't breed, or like, yeah, I'm just like not sure. But I have been very keen to try this out, see how we go. I'm going to be reading the books that she recommended in that video. Very concerned for my sanity. We're going to be starting with Baby in the Late Night Howlers, and then reading the first book in the Lola and the Millionaires series. Then I'm going to read Heat Haven, which is like super short. Baby in the Late Night Howlers is a motorcycle romance. Baby always thought she was a beta. All of a sudden she is a omega, and she needs to find a pack for her upcoming heat. That is a synopsis. This is a really, really good introduction. I think it was great. It really introduced you to the world to help you understand how it all works. And there is an intriguing plot. It is more spice than plot. I wouldn't say it's 50-50. I would say it's like 60% spice, 40% plot, which isn't always a bad thing. But that was a fun book. I think I gave it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. So this is my vlog for that book. Okay, so I just opened it up, and there's a trigger warning, and she said there is a violent attempted sexual assault in chapter 39. So if that triggers you, be wary of that. This is in Lola and the Millionaires. And she then explains what Omegaverse is in a little bit more detail. It is not paranormal romance. They're not shifters. Like, they don't shift into like wolf form, like how a typical, because obviously in wolf packs you have alphas and omegas and betas. It's an alternate universe where they have more animalistic biology and traits that are more wolf-like, obviously. So yeah, let's get into it. It's a 400-page book. I didn't realize it was that long. Further in, I'm gonna read you my highlights from my phone, just because it's a little bit easier than scrolling through my Kindle, because it's it can be a little bit too slow. So there's this thing called like the Omega guardianship. I can't remember what it was called now, but you go there when you're an Omega, and they find your pack, and like it's a full subscription service, and they look for like a pack, and they have this book or books of the scents of all the members of these certain packs. When she finds out she's a Omega, she's in the middle of a nightclub, and one of the betas, that she runs into this beta, and she's like attracted to his smell, and is attracted to the smell of his alpha. And because he's like the smell of the omega's smell and the alpha's smell can like stick on people. Yeah, she's attracted to his smell, so he takes her to this place. So then she's going through these books, and then there's 2 books of currents, like these packs, because alphas run in packs, and they subscribe to this service, and they put all their smells in these books, and then the omegas can pick. And then there was a book of like people that aren't subscribed anymore, and this betas group was in that book. And she loves like the scent of every single pack member. And yeah, so she's gone to meet them, and there is 6 members, and they're all, and then there's multiple POVs, and they're also a motorcycle club, so they have their motorcycle names and everything else. So omegas also nest during their heat. So I don't know if their heat's like a period or just like when they're like super fertile, but they also want to like nest and be like in a little cocoon. So they have to have like a nice lush setup, and like all the alphas like bring her whatever she wants and look after her. And if they don't have the right nest, then Omega can want to leave. There's like a few days within this nesting heat period that they're like ravenous to have sex. Baby gets met meets with like an Omega guardian, I guess, to teach her how things run. So there was a pack that she was really attracted to, but she's not with them because the nesting space was like too loud, too uncomfortable. There was very disorganized, and you know, there was no stability within the pack that she was in because they were all very, very young. And part of their biology can mean like that their happiness and the way they feel within the nest can force their biology not to work, and for the situations just really be uncomfortable with them as Omegas. So there was that. So the members of the pack, so Seth, who also goes by Bomber, is the beta that she ran into, and then she was attracted to this like apple pie scent, and that is the alpha that she was like lusting after. And he's like big, got brown eyes, black curls and brown skin. He is like the president of the motorcycle club, and his name is Jonah, and he goes by Scorch. Then there is Dusty. He's another member. She sort of describes his scent as like a warm hug. And then there's one called Ryan, and he goes by Green. He's Asian, and I don't say what he smells like. Then there's Cole, and he smells of like the beach, like sunshine, salt and vanilla ice cream. Like, what a good smell to have. There's another member, his name's Jeff, and he had too much stronger of a scent for her. Like, they were caramelly. And then there's Roger. He had like an animalistic smell. Steve smells of licorice. And then there's Brody, who smells of like maple bacon. And then Brody has a younger brother called Mackenzie. His smell is her favorite, one of her favorites. It smells like black coffee. So then there's also Sanjay, who smells of like a dark cherry smell. So like, I would guess like an amaretto or like a Dr. Pepper smell. And then lastly, there is Quincy, and he smells like of roses, and she's really, really attracted to that. Actually, so what's that? How many people? So that's 10. I thought it was less. I thought it was 8, and she's attracted to 6 of the smells. But either way, she's not attracted to all the smells. And so I'm gonna keep reading. They've just walked into the nest, and it's just like a mess. And they're predicting that her heat will start in about a week's time. So I'm assuming they're gonna have to like hustle to get that done. And yeah, they haven't explained knotting yet. So I will update you guys when we get to the knotting stuff, because I'm like, I don't understand any of that. But yeah, for at the moment they're courting, and she's gonna decide whether she wants to be with this pack or not. Oh my God. So they're debating the scent stuff and the nest stuff, and the nest is like a freaking hole. Seth is the beta of the pack, and he is like, oh, we can set the nest up in my apartment. And then it comes out that him and the alpha Jonah are also like in a relationship. This is gonna be the smut is gonna be insane. I don't even have words. 29% of the way through Baby Late Night Howlers. It's chapter 14. This is so fun. It's very spicy. Like, there is literally a sex scene every single chapter. So yeah, the plot of this is them like bonding, and like the men in the pack trying to convince her that she belongs in the pack and that she belongs in general. Not all the alphas in the pack she's into, and not all the alphas in the pack are into her. So there's only a few that she dabbles with, and there's only and like from what I gather, like bonding is like mating. So she's not gonna bond with all of them. She's gonna pick a few to bond with. There hasn't been any knotting scenes, just very like smutty scenes is how I am interpreting this. It is a very fun book though, more than probably what I expected to enjoy it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going to update that. I probably won't update you guys until like I'm past 50% of the way through, just because like at the moment nothing major is happening. I am now 40% of the way through. I'm up to chapter 18. So I misinterpreted everything before. So there is sex, but okay, there is the penis. God, the fact that I have to explain this on the internet. There is the penis, and at the end of the penis there is like a bulge, right? That bulge is the knot. And during these sex scenes, she's not taking that round part of the penis, of the peen. She just goes and stops. How else can I explain? Yeah, so knotting doesn't happen straight away. I think it's like part of the bonding. What I love about this book is that it's hilarious. Like, the pack is very funny, and like all of them care for her, even the ones that aren't with her, whether sexually or romantically or whatever. They all are obsessed with her and they all love her and all they want to do is care for her. It's so like cute. And then like they do like courting gifts. So before she accepts a bond, they like court her and they give her gifts. One of them gave her like a gun and gun lessons. It's just like so funny because it's obviously a motorcycle gang. So it's very funny. I think I can get down with the Omegaverse, but yeah, it's literally just like all spice. Like she's so like ready for everything. It's yeah, there's been a couple of 2-person scenes. Okay, so I am up to I just stopped at chapter 39, which is like the quite graphic scene. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It is a really fun ride. It is very just like smut focused. There is a subplot of like baby being chased by a certain group, just like they're in a motorcycle gang and they're chasing her. So I explained to you guys knotting and how that all works. So knotting, like also with knotting is like they get stuck together for a few hours or a significant period of time until the knot, I guess, deflates. Bonding is like done through biting. Like they have to, like she has to be bitten on the neck by an alpha to be bonded to them. They made a pact to sort of wait a little bit until they bonded, but then someone ended up bonding to her before the president of the motorcycle gang said yes you can. But because of the climax of what just happened, it's a good thing that she was bonded, because the person that is bonded to her could like sort of see what was happening and could feel her emotions and that kind of thing. So it's kind of like a mind connection as well. This isn't fantasy, but they are very like animalistic in their tendencies and their behaviors. It's very interesting. When Omega is like knotting with one of her alphas, wants something and she gets rejected, she can have intense feelings of just like upset. And generally very funny. I love watching the relationships between Baby and the alphas. It's a very, very good book. It's just very smutty. But yeah, I had high hopes to finish everything within 24 hours. That was just not going to happen. So I'm just going to take it slow over the next few days. I am gone for the weekend, so I probably won't finish this until I come back. Okay, it is now the next day. I am home and I wouldn't say that I'm super well rested, but I'm okay. My freaking throat hurts. But I just finished, well, it's not on my screen anymore. But I just finished Baby in the Late Night Howlers and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The climax was pretty cool. I'm assuming that storyline is going to continue over into Lola and the Millionaires. It ended at Lola talking to Baby, so I'm assuming that carries over. I have set it on a 4 stars. I think it's just like, it's a very smutty book. There's not there's not a lot of like plot. I don't think it wowed me in terms of like it deserves a 5 star. Like it's a solid 4 stars. I love the relationships. I love the dynamics. It was a little bit confusing because there was so many people, and because they had motorcycle gang names and also normal names, I was getting confused about who was who. I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, overall, it was a really solid read. I enjoyed it and I can't wait to get to Lola and the Millionaires. I'll definitely be picking up that one next. I'm just going to do part 1. Lola and the Millionaires. So Lola is Baby's best friend. She is a beta. She has ambitions that she wants to achieve. At the end of Baby, she has a quite tragic ordeal happen, but she also has childhood trauma that she needs to work through. And this book is so good. I really enjoyed the development of her relationship with all the alphas and betas and omegas in this billionaire setting. It was so much fun. Honestly, I think I enjoyed Lola a little bit more than Baby. It was just a great book. It was quite long, maybe a little, like with the 2 parts, it probably could have been a little bit shorter, but overall it was a fun read. It touched on some emotional elements and I really enjoyed it. So let's roll the vlog. Okay, so it's a few days later. I have just started Lola and the Millionaires. I haven't got my hair done as well, that's why I'm driving. So I started Lola and the Millionaires just before I started driving, and I'm really enjoying it. Her story is beautifully tragic. She works for a like beauty magazine. Her cousin got her the job that looked after her in Baby and the Late Night Howlers. She works, like there's like a pack, and there's like alphas, omegas and betas all like joined in this pack, and they're all males. We don't know much about them other than the fact that they're males and like have like an open pack agreement that they hook up with other people. Whether that's other well, I know there's one beta that she runs into in a club, and they are starting to hook up now. So there's that. But whether or not the other guys like only guys, or are bisexual, or are they only like women, I don't know. We don't know much about them yet. But the spice is so good, and I am thoroughly enjoying this book. I am navigating my head around all the pack members a lot easier in this because they don't have two names. It is also raining on this drive, which is really frustrating. But yeah, it is so good. It is a fun ride. I've also met my first male Omega and my first female Alpha. There is like another woman that works within the beauty industry that is an alpha, a female alpha, a model that comes on. I think there's two male Omegas within this pack, and both of them are like models that Lola works with. I think it's two different ones, like one's Rake and one's Joaquin, I think. I have to confirm their names exactly, but the one that's called Rake is like so into her and is so jealous of the fact that Seth, the beta, is hooking up with her, and she's only willing to hook up with the beta at the moment because she is a beta, and she's scared about what happened with the motorcycle club the other motorcycle club from Lola and the Millionaires. She was really traumatized by them, and some stuff happened, so she only wants to hook up with Seth because he's a beta, and like has full panic attacks around other alphas. So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. It is definitely a fun ride. I'm on chapter 11, so I am like 3 hours and 43 minutes into it. I've been listening to it on 3 times speed. I started at 2.5, then I went to 2.7, and now I'm at 3 times speed. Because I was driving in traffic, I got through like a lot of it. Like I was literally a standstill. I was like, oh, I'll put the speed up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do this update. I am 50% into Lola and the Millionaires. I'm really enjoying it. It is a very slow moving plot considering there's a second book, but it is good. I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm about to finish the audiobook. I have a ton of ironing to do, so I'm gonna put my headphones in and watch tennis and iron all at the same time, because that is my life during the tennis season. I really don't have major updates because it's just like a lot of smart, and then like Lola's trying to learn how to like be okay around alphas and that kind of thing. Her story, like I said yesterday, very tragic. But yeah, I'm probably gonna finish this now while I iron. So when I finish it, I will let you guys know. All right, I finished Lola and the Millionaires part 1 last night, and I set it on a 4 stars. It was fun. The spice was fun. We actually had group scenes, more than just 2 people. The alphas and the people part of the pack are so much easier to keep track of because there's less and they don't have 2 names. Overall, really good read. Could this potentially be too long, being in 2 parts? Maybe. But then again, the audiobook for part 1 just felt like it flew by. So maybe it's not too long. But there wasn't much plot until like the very end. I don't know whether I'm going to pick up, I might just pick up part 2 straight away. We'll see whether I include in this vlog or not, but I'm unsure. Onto Heat Haven. Now this is a very short novella. I really enjoyed it. I believe I rated it 3 stars in the end. This is just like basically another one that's sort of introductory into Omegaverse, teaches you about how it all works. Heat Haven is like this sex club that Omegas can go to if they don't have a pack, and they get to pick. They're very much in control. It's supervised environment, all about consent. All the elements of a perfect sort of sex club are present. I really enjoyed it. It was very insta-lusty, and it was obviously all spice, no plot, which is fine. I really enjoyed Sarah Blue's writing. I thought it was a good time. No major critiques, but it's a novella. I could never really give it more than 3 stars. But if you are a beginner to Omegaverse, this is the perfect introduction. Now on to Pack Darling Part 1. I adored this book. I had such a fun time reading it. It is emotional. There is more of a plot than to spice element. It is very slow burn, but it is the perfect. This isn't necessarily a beginner's book, I would say. I think you need to read a few more Omegaverses before you read this, but it is a very well-written book. If you prefer plot and emotional development and character development to spice, this is great because it is slow burn. There is like one spicy scene in this entire book. There is no group scenes. That happens in part 2. I loved this. It was so good. I highly recommend. Time for my next Omegaverse, and I'm going to be reading Pack Darling Part 1 by Lola Rock. This is the omnibus. I bought this at Rare this year. So the first, it's like 2 books in one, obviously. I'm going to read pretty much all of this part of the vlog, and then I'll read the rest of it later at another point. But we're going to read this. So yeah, that's about just a short of 300 pages. Let's see how we go. I'm obsessed with this cover. I'm so into it. I just think it's so cute. But yeah, I will update you as I go along. So I'm about halfway through the first book in the omnibus. So I'm up to chapter, sorry. So I'm about halfway. So I'm up to chapter 21. So page 145. And there's like just short of 300 pages, as I said. Really enjoying it. There is no spice so far. So in comparison to Kathryn Moon, this is very slow burn. There is no spice so far, which is fine. I'm really enjoying the dynamic between these people. I'm enjoying the angst, the enemies to lovers. Like, it is very, very good. I'm really, really enjoying this. No critiques, it's just a really enjoyable book. Like, it's just, they've got, our main girl Lila has abandonment issues, and then you've got Atlas, like our major put out. He is the one whose dad got them into the situation. And then you got Finn, who it says on the back here, too broken to care. Jed is too damaged to function. Hunter doesn't know how to help. Like, they're all just like struggling at life. They're just trying to work out how to be adults and how to navigate this new pack. And I'm obsessed. I'm really into it. I'm gonna keep reading because I'm enjoying it, and I probably will finish it very soon. So we'll update you guys when I finish it, unless something major happens. I just finished this, the first part. The ending of this fucking book, oh my god. Like, I immediately want to go pick up the next book. It is so good. I highly recommend this fucking book. The next book is significantly longer. Like, it's like another 450 pages. But I am so ready for it. This was great. The way that this ends, you're just like, that is devastating, but like, you just know that the next fucking amazing. There's gonna be so much like steam and groveling. I am so ready for it. I feel like if you want emotional Omegaverse, not just pure smut, I feel like Lola Rock is the way to go. With plot, emotional, this is the way to go. Kathryn Moon is definitely the author to be reading for smutty times, but this is heavy. But emotional, this. Curious to see how the other Sarah Blue books match up. Really into this, highly recommend. So that was everything I read. I really enjoyed this reading experience. I highly recommend reading Omegaverse if you want a spicy time. I think if you're in a slump and want something fast-paced, smutty, Omegaverse is a great option. I would definitely continue to read Omegaverse, 110%. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Tell me if there's any other genres or books that you guys want me to do a taste test on, series, authors, whatever it is that you think that I might try. There might be some interesting reactions out of me. Let me know. But I really enjoyed filming this. I hope you guys like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, because there is so much fun content coming your way this month. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Comment below what you guys are reading and loving at the moment. And yeah, bye guys.